We've spoken about Lily James. We've spoken about Walter Marsh and that incredible phone call. I said we'd talk about one other case, and that is a story I am writing for the newspaper that we also work for, the Daily Telegraph today, which is about what I would call the worst shooting of Sydney's underworld war.
That's big. Big call.
It is a big call. I think a lot of police would agree with me. So we've had murders of, notorious figures who've killed people before. We've had women shot dead, Lametta Fadlala and Amy Hazuri in a car. But I think the worst shooting of the underworld war is an attack on a 9-year-old girl in her Dr. Seuss pajamas at her house in Sydney's inner west.
When? When was this one?
It was July 2022. Now, because the girl's only 9, we can't go into too much detail about her and who she is, but I'll just give you a brief rundown, and there'll be more in the Daily Telegraph and online. Police allege that 2 men rock up to shoot this girl's father dead.
Right.
But when he does not get out of the family car and he's nowhere to be seen, a gunman allegedly opens fire anyway. And one of those bullets hits the 9-year-old girl in the hip.
Oh.
And her injuries are going to be with her for life. It's, she's partly incontinent. She's got, she walks with a limp.
Why? Clearly it wasn't Dad, so why have they shot her anyway?
Well, that's the question police would love to have an answer to, but unfortunately they don't. That's how that's why I say it's the most shocking, because this is simply one that is completely unexplainable.
Yeah, I get mistaken identity, but...
No, and then the cops said at the time they were clearly bemused, because there is no way any person could have thought that this was a man. Anyway, the reason that I'm talking about it is because we've got this incredible footage of Mahmoud Rizq, who was the getaway driver. And the only problem for Mahmoud Rizq was that after getting away from the scene and setting the first car on fire, which is obviously normal practice if you've read or listened to anything we talk about.
Kill cars.
Yes. He'd gone to get in the second car, which had been planted there ready to go, but it wouldn't start. So of all things...
So he shot the wrong person, shot a child.
He's not allegedly the gunman.
Child has been shot, then the getaway car won't start.
Yes, the second getaway car won't start. So what it means is that these 2 men are allegedly stranded in this suburb with police swarming the area. They were onto it so quickly, a police helicopter overhead. Anyway, long story short, in an effort to try and escape, Mahmoud Rizq ends up in the Georges River trying to swim away, but then he sees a police helicopter over his head, so he goes, well, they're going to spot me. So he runs back on land, walks along this street. Police spot this guy acting very suspicious, stop him, and this is where they've turned on their body-worn...
Sopping wet?
Sopping wet and sandy. They've turned on their body-worn cameras, and this is the crazy vision that we have online, where they've got this bloke in handcuffs on the side of a street, and they're going, "What are you doing here?" I was looking. I can't remember what he said, but I'm looking for something. I don't know. I'm a bit lost. And anyway, then there's this crazy moment where a Raptor officer rocks up, and one of the local police who's the first on the scene, says to the Raptor officer, "Hey, come have a look at this bloke. You might know him." And he walks around and goes, "Yeah, that's one of the guys, 100%. And the other cop's like, kind of, how do you know that? But they know that it's Mahmoud Rizq because he's got a firearm prohibition order. He's a notorious underworld figure. He is someone whose face they know. And they go, if you're here sopping wet, there's just been a shooting.
That's the best part.
There's just been a shooting 5 minutes away. This guy has to be involved. And so he's now pleaded guilty to being involved in that attempted murder. And the crazy details, the text messages, there's phone calls between him and his girlfriend in which he pretty much confesses to it. And then this incredible body-worn camera footage of him just on the side of the road, shivering, shaking, wet.
Is this the thing you've been talking about all of last week?
Yeah, this is...
Are you going to write?
Yeah. You got to build it up.
Oh, are you building it up? Can we see it? Are you going to bother web editors, I used to say in days gone by?
You can see it. You can see it at dailytelegraph.com.au. and in the newspaper. Thanks for listening. You can see us on TikTok.
Not me.
Not
Sometimes.
you. Sometimes
Once,
you make an appearance.
twice.
YouTube as well. Also in the Daily Telegraph and at dailytelegraph.com.au. Clementine,
I'm there.
thank you so much for joining us.
A pleasure. I
Thanks.
loved it.
It was great fun. Thank
Can
you.
we do it one time with the three of us? Can we have Moz as well?
No, I'm not.
Oh, it'd be hysterical.
I am not doing that. Imagine me trying
All
to
right,
coordinate
you don't have to turn
two.
up. We'll have Moz.
All right.